Oh, he just went low. He's in his head. He's in his head. He's open his head wide open. Cracked open in the face.
Answer?
I'm a fool. I spent years studying the workings of the heart. Yet it seems I still haven't learned a thing.
What do you mean?
The process of encoding hearts is incalculable. The inhabitants of my twilight town were data created from real hearts. I was convinced that they would think and behave the way I had envisioned, but I couldn't have been more wrong. A heart is so much more than any system. I saw it when Roxas and Kyrie crossed paths. I knew, but I was too stubborn to accept it. It's always the same. I try to wrap my mind around things my heart already knows, only to fail. While I was trying to bring Sora back, I had so many plans in store. But once Sora was an acting force, they fell apart. All my research amounted to nothing compared with that one boy's heart.
Handsome, I'm ashamed.
All the more proof that hearts cannot be contained by data. Run, my friend. It's going to self-destruct, and anything could happen.
What? Your Majesty.
Sora, the rest is up to you. And Roxas, I doubt you can hear me, but I am sorry.
Handsome.
My heart is telling me what I must do. Please allow me to do what it says.
No. Riku.
His heart's decided. We can't change that.
I was wondering who would dare interfere with my kingdom hearts. And look, here you all are. How convenient for me. And
Where
so
else
wise.
were we gonna be?
You look
Like,
pathetic.
Have your laugh. I deserve as much for failing to see you for the fool you are.
Students do take after their teachers. Only a fool would be your apprentice. After all, none of this would have happened without you. You are the source of all Heartless. It was your research that inspired me to go further than you ever dared.
at least he had a stopping point
I
there.
admit, my disregard brought chaos to more worlds than one. But what were you seeking? You erased me from the world, only to take my name and continue research better left forgotten. Is this the answer you've been looking for?
All that and more. I'm carrying on what you yourself began, and I'm creating a brand new world, one heart at a time. I thought you'd praise me, but all you ever do is hold me back. I understand, though. Unlike me, you have a heart, and you're powerless to control it. Consumed by the jealousy you feel, for the student who surpassed you.
Xehanort, foolish apprentice of a foolish man. You have surpassed nothing, only proved how little we both know. We may profess to
Like
know
2 times
art,
0 is still
but its
0.
essence is beyond our reach. We're both ignorant, as oblivious as when we began. I'm afraid that any world you try to create, any world of yours, would be an empire of ignorance. That is why you and your creation are destined to fall. We've said enough. Rico, you know what to do. King Mickey, my friend, forgive me. Farewell.
And it turned into a nuke and everybody died. So what, is that the power of the machine doing that? Or is it answering the light of his heart? Or the light that was in his heart? Or the data? Or... Oh, okay, yeah, it was the data, rather. Forgot about that. And then nobody's like, yay! Hearts! Hearts everywhere! Woo! And of course the heart's hitting the ground. Of course only caused one thing. Heartless. So we got Heartless invading the world that never was. Probably even meeting up with some of the nobodies. Maybe, I don't know. I think that's kind of implied, but I don't personally know.
Riku! Riku! Wow!
Riku!
Ansem did say anything could happen. Riku, you gonna take that off? Oh. What was that? His eyes couldn't lie. Lie? And just who were you trying to fool? Huh? Huh? Myself. Riku, come on, man. Why did you try to do so much on your own? You've got friends, like us.
I think there's a graphical glitch in this cutscene somewhere. Like he's taken the blindfold off and he still has the blindfold on. But I'm not sure if they updated that out.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm not a total sap like you.
Say that again.
2 frames animation!
What should we do, Riku?
Kidding.
We must defeat Zemnis.
There's like 6.
He's the organization's last survivor.
Right.
Come on.
It's like, where did you get those clothes? Shut up. So we have... Okay. We're going to answer report 11. Riku is definitely a good party member in this whole thing. Because, goddamn, is he pretty damn good. What balance, of course. So that was a lot of plot dump all in the one area. So Anton the Wise has died, and Kingdom Hearts now has a hole in it. Riku took off the cloak, and Xemnas ran away. But now, since we have Riku, we have one of the best party members in the game. I will admit, like, Riku in this game as a party member, goddamn, like, he's just as good as Jack is. Like, I love Jack Skellington as, and he's my favorite Disney, party member, but Riku comes close to one of the best party members in the entire game. And it's huge because way back when, Riku was like an asshole in the first game, and he's proved so much in a lot of ways, and it's amazing to see the development. As I said, so then we have Dark Aura and Dark Shield as well, which is good because Dark Aura is a good attack, and Dark Shield is definitely one of the best shield things in the game. Was Riku's icon always that mad? In the original? In the original Kingdom Hearts 2? I can't remember what it looked like now, off the top of my head. Because that looks cool. And you're wondering why I'm going back. I'm actually getting those synthesis items back in. Back in my synthesis item Moogle. I'm going to get a lot of stuff here. Dense crystals, dense shards. Definitely a lot of dense materials. And some Twilight stuff as well, I will admit, I think, as well. But it's definitely a good place to grind nobodies for Final Form, if you haven't really done a lot of that at this point. And everything just died. Oh, that's right. Okay, so what you're supposed to do here is that I think what you're supposed to do is actually glide down this area to get this thing. So I'll jump up here. And get that one. I think that's the last puzzle piece we need for daylight. So let's check this out. Have a look. Let's get sunset, and we do have Roxas there, but yeah. So yeah, like half the puzzle is missing still for Sunset stuff, but I think, but no, and yeah, this area also becomes an area for definitely snipers. Now you're wondering why the hell have we got situations where we've got heartless, like, snipers still in the whole thing, but the game's just like, shut up. Gotta have some enemies. We're not just gonna have like things like berserkers are still here, sorcerers are still here, dancers are still here. Most of the organization members for those things are dead. So why would they need enemies for the game? So that's our material log. We've still got a few things I think that are still missing from the list of materials that we have. So we can't make the ultimate weapon just yet. Still, I know. But we do have enough of everything else. We just don't have Oricappa Pluses filled out. I think we got 2 more. I think one's for the list, and the other one I can't exactly remember off the top of my head where it's supposed to be. But with that little area in plot done and dusted, I'm actually going to go out of the world that never was and actually take on something that realistically I kind of could have done ages ago. So let's go back to Radiant Garden. Because there's one more area that I did kind of say that we were going to explore a little bit, but we didn't do too much of that. Now I feel like it's a bit more fitting that we should do it now, considering that we're in a situation where we're basically almost at endgame for this whole thing. So let's fly in and drop. Welcome to the Cavern of Remembrance. An area very exclusive to Final Mix. So I'm guessing that's there for drives, just in case. AP boost. Let's equip that straight away. Go into stock. Here's an Sora. We're gonna get a lot of these items. I think there's a little bit of plot cutscenes in this thing as well. Not too many. But there's definitely enough. There's, you know, an extra area for Final Mix. And it's a nice little area. Like, I do like this as a exclusive area for this game because it makes a lot of sense. You know, Final Mix was to get exclusive stuff. And basically, the abilities that we've learned with our drives are used for picking up puzzle pieces, getting other chests all over the place. But also, this is another area for grinding, and goddamn have we got a lot of bad enemies here. Like, these enemies will hurt you so bad. Reflager is definitely your friend here if you don't want to deal with things like the souped up car enemies, the heartless, like, goddamn I hate those guys normally. So we have another area that we can just continue to, but definitely got high jump for this. And we have more from Manifest Illusions, which I believe we've picked up before, I think from the Absent silhouettes, that's right. That's where I know it from. But yeah, we got more souped up enemies, which is cool. But we have a lot of enemies everywhere, and of course that means extra time to level up. And now we have Remembrance materials, which I believe are actually Final Mix exclusive, since this is a Final Mix exclusive area. So it's just an extra little thing for us to consider. Now, of course, we've got more enemies. Of course, the attacks are faster with some of these enemies too. They're souped up as hell. They just keep on coming. They'll just keep on coming. And if you've got some things to do, you got to level up your drive forms for this, because there's a lot of areas like the high jump, the glide. And they all died. Oh Jesus, nearly got sniped. Fuck you. Of course, using glide and high jump and all that type of stuff, it's like it's good for this little area, because goddamn, there's a lot of things you can find. There's areas that you can go into further on just to get more synthesis items and stuff, so it's definitely an area you want to check out, especially if you're after like things like AP boosts and like the rest of the puzzle pieces and that sort of thing. And of course your remembrance shards and remembrance, if I speak, synthesis materials, because those are stuff that you need to get as well to fill up a list to get ultimate weapon, if that's what you want to achieve, which I do want to show that off. At one stage during the game, like I think Final Battle would be good for ultimate weapon. But if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, you would probably know the design of these doors in this area are very familiar. And of course we have the underground area of the mine shaft in case we fall down. We thought there might be some stuff that we could find, but no. So basically this is here just to go through a situation like that. And now we have areas that we can't escape from. Of course, these aren't like, I think these are the base 1 levels, and of course it turns into like a grind fest, like a gauntlet type area. And we do get a few of these in this area, but it makes sense, you know. Damn it, Shaman, go away! Got him, Donald. Good job. So we have this little area. Which gives us to the treasure chest that I was trying to get. You open this up, get a remembrance gem, and if we hit this, it opens up a hole, and now we can return to this little area and jump straight in if we wanted to. Of course, everything connects in this area. It all goes to the one place. Which is good, in a way. Like, that's better than not leading anywhere, like leading to a room where you just have to turn around and come back out. But yeah, basically, as you've probably seen with some of the areas that we've encountered, there are certain areas that you have to do level up your abilities. So you got like things like high jump and that sort of thing. Actually, I can't go any further, can I? That's right, I gotta go in that next area. Yeah, I like the music piece for this. For the Cavern of Remembrance, it's only one little music piece for the field area, which in some ways some people would say would suck. But I don't mind it actually. Like, it's a calming piece that's really easy on the ears. Nothing too spectacular. And that's basically about it. You just gotta open up the valves, and of course we have extra cutscenes. So like the valves, we're like, oh, what does this do? In that other area, it brings down the drill things and makes everything move, which is good. So we got everything working, which is good. So we can't jump up that high in that area, which is okay. You know, can't do everything. We're gonna hop out and save. And since we're in a new area, technically, I'm gonna put another save file through.